In our world, there will be no emotions except fear, rage, triumph, and self-abasement. The sex instinct will be eradicated. We shall abolish the orgasm. There will be no loyalty except loyalty to the party. But always there will be the intoxication of power. Always, at every moment, there will be the thrill of victory, the sensation of trampling on an enemy who is helpless. If you want a picture of the future, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever. The moral to be drawn from this dangerous nightmare situation is a simple one. Don't let it happen.
Orwell wasn't merely a writer, but rather a prophet. Today, his book has become reality. Is anyone paying attention? Do people care? A new president has been appointed. Biden, a worse Trump, a known pedophile, an establishment prostitute, a killer, an oligarch, and an agent sent to destroy our Constitution by the bankers in China. What will continue? More lockdowns, more mandates, centralized government, and the destruction of the Bill of Rights, and continuous prosecution of truth-tellers and whistleblowers. Many people cheer because they hear Orange Man bad. They blindly cheer for their enslavement. The supposedly most educated individuals, the college graduates, continue to disappoint with their indoctrinated logic. Even the most educated fail to see this. A year of anti-police rhetoric has hilariously promoted the two most friendly police politicians possible. Biden, the author of the '94 crime bill, and Harris, the self-proclaimed top cop. Both prosecuted poor people, including minorities, while Harris allowed for Steve Mnuchin, one of the architects of the '08 financial crisis, to walk free. Both parties are responsible for the CARES Act. This gave corporations $5 trillion and some people a one-time $1,200 stimulus check. Unemployment continues to rise. The stock market only rises because the corporations are building more assets from the destruction of Main Street businesses. Neither party fixed the Michigan water crisis. Neither party ended the wars. Both parties continued coups in other countries. Both parties continue to pollute, plunder, and pillage what remains of this earth. Both parties prosecute whistleblowers and truth-tellers. Both parties allow for geoengineering. Both parties allow for big tech to censor and destroy the First Amendment, and both parties intend to depopulate you. Both parties will continue to serve and protect the donor class. They will protect those who do us harm and destroy those who intend to do good. Those of you who cheer are uninformed. You are a fool. Listening to your echo chamber and never opening up your mind to new ideas has rotted your potential. You're only taught the left or right paradigm. You are taught to obey government, to obey media, to obey big tech, and obey celebrities as well as the approved experts. This woke movement is a joke. What have you awakened to? You only awaken to accepting more slavery. You allow others to think and speak for you. You are a husk that only seeks food and self-gratification. What upsets the power structure upsets you. America has no future. Majority of the population is asleep and dreaming of being awake. To those who are actually awake, be prepared. Soon a massive paradigm shift will occur. Your knowledge, your drive, your will, and your humility is needed to rebuild after the coming destruction. The power structure chessboard allows for two moves before checkmate. Either they spring a more virulent virus, or a terrorist attack that causes a stronger virus to lock everyone down, or people will be pitted in armed conflict with one another. One false idea versus another false idea, leading to the destruction of this country, infiltration by the UN forces in China to stop and strip America of its remaining sovereignty. What will surely continue is the loss of resources, the destruction of the supply chains, and massive power outages across the country. At the end of the line is the centralized world government. We are not going in a good direction. We're headed for a worse direction. Those of you who continue to promote this propaganda by the mainstream media, you're incredibly disappointing. Those of you who believe that these experts like Fauci and Bill Gates, the self-proclaimed doctor, know exactly what to do and how to do it, you are a fool. Nothing good has happened in the last 4 years. Nothing good has happened in the last 28 years. We will continue down this path of destruction, this path of stripping Americans of their rights, of their livelihood, of their mentality, and ultimately we will end with many dying, with many living in a with a Hunger Games-like society. And that is it. Be prepared. The storm is coming.
Is ideological subversion. What do they mean by it?
Ideological subversion is the slow process which we call either ideological subversion or active measures, активные мероприятия in the language of the KGB, or psychological warfare. What it basically means is to change the perception of reality of every American to such an extent that despite of the abundance of information, no one is able to come to sensible conclusions in the interests of defending themselves, their families, their community, and their country.